Hi, I'm Vicky Pattison, and I'm here with a very special episode of Love Bombed, my podcast about romance fraud. Author Becky Holmes has been celebrity love bombed by Keanu Reeves, Brad Pitt, and even Prince William, to name but a few. It's a good list, that lass.
It's not bad, is it?
Yeah. Some lovely bits of kit in there. Sadly, these household names weren't really interested in Becky. Wah, wah, wah. But it is all about exposing these guys for who they really are. And again, spoiler alert, it's not Hollywood superstars, I'm afraid. Becky, thank you so much for agreeing to chat to us.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime.
So how did you get into it? Because it's not exactly like your normal career, is it?
No. So lockdown happened.
Yeah.
I was bored. So I joined Twitter and my inbox went absolutely crazy. Yeah. And I was going in and there were all these really like young, buff, kind of in their 20s, you know, like military man. And it was, hello, dear. How are you? How are you, my queen? Hello, my darling. You look gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh, yeah. Now, I always say this, right? I reckon if just one of them had messaged me and said hello, I might have thought, all right. Mm-hmm. I might have thought I'll have a bit of that and reply back. But because there were so many...
It was the volume that was
a red flag. Okay. Yeah, it was ridiculous. So I was just kind of deleting them and, you know, blocking them, ignoring them, whatever. And then when boredom really set in, I thought, yeah, okay, I need someone to talk to. So I just decided to start wasting as much of their time as I possibly could. And I ended up having the best time and I loved it.
So how do these conversations normally start with the celebrity types?
The guys pretending to be celebrities, they ask for money in quite a different way. So they don't say, I need it for myself. Because otherwise you'd think, well, Keanu Reeves...
You're loaded, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if he said, look, I need 100 quid, you know, for a sandwich, I'd think... But they do it, so they say like that they might have a charity or that, I mean, you'll see in some of the conversations that we go on to, or that they need money for to get out of like a management contract, or a great one is these meet and greets. So somebody will say to you, listen, I really want to meet you. Yeah. I think we've got something here. And you're like, Keanu, I agree. We have got something here. Like, I've never felt like this. This is amazing.
Oh my God. I mean, what you would though. Like, if I thought I was talking to Keanu Reeves, I'd be over the moon. Did it escalate quite quickly, or did they put the graft in, these blokes?
Do you know, it depends. So the thing about romance fraudsters is it's really hard to generalise because some of them will ask you within minutes, like they need something. Yeah. So I've had a Keanu Reeves that said to me, quick, I need a £200 iTunes voucher to continue editing a film. You're like, whoa, okay, that's came out of nowhere. But then others, you'll talk to them for months before they ask you for anything.
Play the long game.
Play the long game.
Slow burner.
And then it pays off more. So the longer they take, the more they can ask you for. I've been talking recently to someone pretending to be Elon Musk. Now, the last time I saw him, he was in a plane with Donald Trump. So I don't know whether he's going to be able to respond, but I thought we would give it a go.
They'll have Wi-Fi on that flight.
So I'm going to put, hi, Elon. I'm going to put, how's it hanging?
Yeah.
Send.
Congrats on the new job. Say congrats. Oh, say congrats on the new job, mate.
Congrats on the new role. I might put mucker.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Keep it personal.
Keep it yeah. Well, we're quite close. So I've sent that. Hi, Elon. How's it hanging? Congrats on the new role, mucker. And then let's see if by the end of this, he comes back.
But a bit of an FYI, guys, don't try this at home because it could lead to all sorts of shenanigans and demands for money. Instead, Becky can just be our online warrior.
Yeah, consider me taking the brunt. Taking one for the team.
Taking one for the team.
Oh, he's replied.
No, he hasn't.
He hasn't.
What has he said?
Elon Musk, hello, Becky. Oh, it says online. I'm going to put, I'm so excited that you're here. I'm going to put, how's Donald? Oh!
Again.
So he's replied, congratulations on the new role, mucker. He's put, thanks, Becky.
Why does he just keep saying Becky over and over again?
Well, it's that thing, isn't it, where he wants me to...
think like he's zoned in.
Yeah, exactly.
Specifically.
Yeah.
It's really creepy.
It is creepy.
I would rather him call you like babe or hun or pet. Like the fact that he's repeatedly calling you Becky is giving me the ick. Right, so let's have a look at some of these celebrity chats.
So I'm going to show you a chat with a very, very persistent fake celebrity, Keanu Reeves.
Was it just this particular one that was persistent, or are all Keanu's persistent?
I would say all Keanu's are persistent. I wish the real one was. The most unpersistent man ever.
God, did he just get straight into it like that?
Sometimes there's a bit of preamble.
Okay.
So there's a bit of like a, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
You know, you're my biggest fan.
Warming you up a bit.
Yeah.
But this fella just guns balls to the wild straight away, didn't he? Okay. Keanu's Geordie in this scenario, okay? Send me your location now, and do you have up to $1,000? Let's meet privately. I told me mum about you. Honey.
My location is secret. I am working undercover as a cheesemaker from a cave.
Okay, babe. So how do we meet? You have to trust me. I'm coming with my mom.
Go to some caves. Follow the smell of cheese. So this kind of went on and on for a while.
Yeah.
And then eventually he brings it back to needing the money.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you have the $1,000, babe? So I'll get the security card for us to meet. My mom is very excited.
Can you come and get it? I'm currently in the midst of some particularly sticky Gruyere.
So what? Right, hang on. I was just so much to unpack here. So when he says security card, what does he mean?
So it's a big thing with celebrity scammers. They say that you need to buy a Hollywood card or a security card because it means that you've got clearance to meet them.
Right.
So it's kind of like saying that you've got permission and you can buy that permission.
Like a membership almost. Like, is that
like a membership card. Yeah. So like they say like a Hollywood membership card or a Hollywood security card, and it means that you've got clearance to then come and meet me. So when I've spoken to like a fake Prince William, for example, they try and flog you a royal family membership security card.
I would love one of them so much. Also, he repeatedly sort of mentions his mum or his mom, which I just think is really low. Like, you know, is that a repeated sort of thing?
Again, it's that thing, isn't it, where they think that if they talk about their mum, or they do it with like family, siblings, it's why soldiers and whatever often say that they, you know, the fake soldiers say they've got kids that need a stepmom or whatever.
It's just because, pulling at the heartstrings.
Yeah, it's exactly it. And you think, oh, if they're close to their mum, they must be a nice guy.
Yeah.
Whereas I'll be honest with you, that would put me right off. If I was going to have like a first date with somebody and they said, oh, my mum's so excited, I'd think, do you know what? You're all right, actually. Yeah. I'll leave it here.
Is this the only chat you've had with Keanu, or this one in particular? Have you had more with this one?
It's a hard question to answer because most of these guys have got multiple accounts. So I've spoken to, like, let's say over 100 different Keanu accounts.
How many?
Racking up about 120 now, I reckon.
No.
Yeah. I've got a little book at home, and every time a Keanu messages me, I put a little tally in it, and it's really like it's racking up those points.
And there's an answer for everything, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely, there is.
Yeah.
It's, in fact, it's incredibly annoying when you're on the other end of it and you're sort of writing this stuff to try and catch them out. Sometimes you think, oh, just stop, just give up. But they just keep going, and because you can see it for what it is by this point, it becomes funny. But of course, if you're not doing it for the reason I'm doing it, if you're doing it because you're embroiled within a fraudulent relationship, none of this seems anything other than normal to you.
Yeah,
and it's really frightening.
I think because, and from what I've sort of like seen so far, they genuinely want to believe that it's true so much.
Of course,
you ignore like red flags and things that may seem obvious to others. You're just so invested and you want it to be true, right?
Completely. I mean, we've all been, I mean, I certainly have been in relationships where people have said things and you've thought, I don't know if that's true, but you've kind of thought, oh, I'm just going to gloss over that. And you just choose not to think too much into it because you kind of know.
Yeah.
Now, when I've interviewed victims of romance fraud, a lot of them have said they've known that something is wrong, but they haven't been at that point yet where they can stop and address it, because it means then that suddenly everything is going to come unraveled. And that's a horrible place to be in.
Yeah.
So I'm very lucky in that what I do, I get to kind of have fun with my little section of it, and without the heartbreak that goes into it.
Is there anything else you've been asked for money for?
Mick Jagger wanted money for charity.
Oh, I've always thought he was a good egg.
Yeah, he is a good egg.
Yeah.
And you'll see, because he messaged me very, very directly, if you'd like to play Mick.
Always, yeah. Let's go for it. You ready?
Now, he went straight in.
Okay. Here we go. Send money.
What for?
I have a charity project I was handling.
Ah, that's nice. What's the charity?
Helping sick children with food, money, and the less privileges.
That sounds wonderful. What's the charity called?
There's no name.
It's the most aggressive Mick Jagger I've ever heard.
It's an aggressive monologue. I can only read what's there. I'm simply bringing the words to life.
That's fantastic. That's an interesting way to do it. All mysterious.
Yes, it is. Are you not sending your support? Since I'm making this anonymous, I do accept donations via Bitcoin. Do you know about Bitcoin?
Yes, I've heard of it, but when I try to buy coins, it always really hurts my teeth.
How can you send your payment?
Owl.
Is Bitcoin another red flag?
Yeah, so Bitcoin is kind of a scammer's dream, really, isn't it? Because it's really hard to trace. So it used to be, like, do you remember the whole kind of Western Union thing? So you would go and put money through Western Union and then the fraudster would pick it up from wherever they were. So you could trace that.
Right.
But Bitcoin, it's really hard to trace. You go and pay money in, somebody takes it out from wherever they are in the world. It's easy. It's easy for a fraudster.
So how do they expect people to fall victim to this? The people that all pretending to be are super powerful, super wealthy, super famous men. Why do they think people are going to believe that those people in particular need money?
It's kind of a numbers game.
Right.
So basically, a lot of these people, whether they're pretending to be a celebrity or a soldier or a pilot or an oil rig worker, whoever they're pretending to be, they will be contacting dozens or hundreds, even thousands of women. They'll be going on dating sites, pressing like to every single profile. They'll be typing out "hello dear" and just copy and sending it so many times. And ultimately, all they need is one person to reply. I mean, sadly for them, often that's me. But, you know, if they've got somebody else, they just need someone to reply and then they're in.
There's a common denominator here, like the people they've all been pretending to be are male.
Yeah.
So instantly these people are just assuming you're straight. Or have you ever been approached by people pretending to be a female celebrity?
I've had Katie Lang all over me.
And what about anybody else? Jennifer Aniston?
Jennifer Aniston, yeah. She didn't try and crack on to me. She just wanted to be my friend, which I thought was nice.
And also very on brand for her.
Very on brand. Yeah. She probably heard Brad messages me quite a lot. And she probably thought, you sneaky, I'm going to see what's going on here.
Yeah. Bit of green-eyed monster.
Yeah.
Jealousy.
But also, you know, so a lot of this is kind of about romance fraud. So you get these people, you know, contacting women and all the rest of it. But you also get a lot of people contacting men. And it's not just straight men either. So, for example, the Crown Prince of Dubai, really young, handsome guy. He's
and also lauded, right? Like he must be caked.
Unbelievably.
Caked.
Yeah.
This is a very obscure one to pick, I think.
Well, it's actually a really clever one because his image and his identity is used to go into the gay community and try and defraud people there. Because what they can say is, look, I'm a gay man, but I'm in a Muslim country.
I'm not allowed to be gay. Yeah.
I've got to stay in the closet. Therefore, you can't tell anybody. It's using the fact that some people can't come out of the closet for the worst possible thing. The worst possible way to get money out of somebody is by saying that, you know, you've got to suppress your sexuality. It's a really, really horrible one.
That's a grim one.
It is a grim one.
It is a grim one. Have you ever tried complaining to these platforms like X, etc.? You know, like you've got fraudsters on here. What are you doing about it?
Yeah. Do you know, it's a difficult one. One thing I will say is their platforms are fairly good at getting profiles taken down. So they're quite reactive. If, say, you've got somebody pretending to be Prince William and you message Twitter and say, you know, I'm reporting this. The problem is they don't make any allowances for the fact that that person then just sets up another email address and the whole thing starts again.
It's quite difficult to police in that sense.
It is. I mean, there's no such thing as the internet police.
Yeah.
So what can you do, really? And my own view is that actually platforms don't care that much.
It's quite apparent that you use humour as sort of your weapon to almost like disarm these people. Like, was that always the plan, or?
Yeah, so it started off just me wanting to entertain myself, really. Just as I say, during lockdown, I was bored. But it became apparent that actually so many people had never heard of romance fraud. And this was a way of kind of getting people to take notice by making people laugh. So people become really engaged with things when they find it funny. But the important distinction is that I'm never laughing at the victims. It's always using humour to kind of show what the fraudsters are doing.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, as a subject, there's nothing funny about it.
You've written about it. You've turned the table on these fake celebs. Are you going to keep going exposing them?
I can't stop now. I've got a feeling that it's actually, I've developed a new kind of addiction. This sort of scam baiting addiction.
Yeah.
But it does make me laugh still, and it does make other people laugh, but actually it's still highlighting something that's happening all the time. So for me, it's a bit of a win-win. I'm having fun with it, but it's also showing who these people are and what they do and what they get away with, and hopefully stopping that as much as we can.
Good for you, girl.
15 minutes ago, Keanu Charles Reeves. Hello, dear. Good morning to you.
Nice.
And Gerard Butler.
Ooh.
Hi, Becky. How are you doing?
Hi, Becky. How are you doing? That's quite modern, really, isn't it?
Shall I reply to him?
Yeah, I like Gerard Butler. If you come across an account where you think someone is impersonating a celebrity or a public figure, or you think you've been a victim of another kind of online fraud, then there's information in the podcast notes about what to do and how to contact Action Fraud, the reporting centre for fraud and cybercrime. And if you want to stay with BBC Sounds, then you can check out how 2 different women dealt with love fraudsters in their lives. Just search for Love Bombed with me, Vicky Pattison.